Hello, welcome to the session. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Rajni. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm also doing absolutely fine. And how Wednesday has been treating you so far?
It's a busy day, regular work day in office. So yeah, just meetings and some other things.
Mhm. Okay,
How's
so
your day?
yeah, it's same. I also have been taking some sessions, but the good part is I woke up today early in the morning around 4:30, so it's going good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's very early. You get up quite early.
Yeah, I love completing my tasks in the morning itself. Like I'm not that night owl. I love doing things in the morning. Yeah. So
Okay.
may I know about yourself and a bit because we are meeting for the very first time? Yeah.
Yes. So, I'm Anushri Goenka. I live in Bangalore. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of a education company app built for spoken English fluency. So that's what I do as work. I'm married. I don't have kids. I've been in Bangalore. Before that, as education, I'm a computer science engineer. And then I did my MBA from IIM Ahmedabad. And I have 13 years of work experience after that.
15 years of work experience. Okay, that's pretty much. And so, what inspired you to start the Sparky, and what inspired, like, from where did you get this idea of starting this application particularly?
Yeah. So it's been a journey for us. I think we first, my first thing was to start in education because I think that makes the maximum difference to people's lives, right? What your future prospects are and what you're able to do. Education makes a very large difference to people's lives. And I wanted to build something in this space. And we first started doing online classes and we started focusing with children and we did courses across all types of extracurriculars. So we used to not teach school subjects, but we used to teach debate, public speaking, English. We also used to teach music, so piano, western vocals, guitar, art courses as well, like photography, animation, fine art. So we had all of these courses as online classes. We ran that for 2.5 years. We realized that the need for English in the market is much, much larger than everything else, right? Like all of these other things are also useful, and we were very passionate about it. But we realized that the number of people who want to learn English is so much higher, and the depth of that need, right? How much they really want it. It's not like a hobby or side mein, do something, but they really, really care about it. And then we decided that we must focus only on that, and that is the problem worth solving. And when we started, focusing on English, we realized that for a lot of people, classes fall expensive. And they're not able to either find time in their life, they already have jobs, or they're going to college, or kids also are so busy with school and tuitions, etc. So that was one thing that can we make it something that is more affordable for them and they can do in their own time whenever they can. And then we saw the advances in generative AI. So I'm sure you have heard, and a lot of your audience would have heard of, how AI is progressing extremely fast in the last 2 years. And we realized that using generative AI for the first time, we're able to create conversation with technology, right? Earlier, technology could not talk to you, but now technology can talk to you, right? And that is a complete, magical change for people who are trying to get to spoken English fluency, which is where, most of India is. They know some little bit of English, they have read a bit, or they have studied English as a subject, or they have studied in English medium schools. So they already come with some amount of foundation of English, but they don't have confidence and fluency because nobody talks to them. So I think we realized that with all of these put together, what we built at Sparky solves all of these problems, and it is so much more affordable that I think it can really benefit a very large number of people. And we got really excited about that, and we built Sparky.
Oh, wow. So it is really affordable, which is something captivating that it is affordable because it's again a big issue in India, in everywhere, I guess, everywhere, where people are, because many are students who are just looking for jobs, who are just preparing for
Hmm.
interviews. So they are not even earning, so how they can pay, that much amount
Yeah,
for particular classes, which is great
yeah.
already. Okay. So may I know a little bit about Sparky, how it actually works and how people can enroll or download the application for?
Yeah. So Sparky is currently on Google Play Store. Sparky is the name of a character in the app. It's a fox, and this fox actually talks to you. So you can use the mic to speak, and you'll hear Sparky speaking. You'll see it written also on the screen, whatever Sparky is speaking. But it's like it's like a conversation which you'll have with a friend. And Sparky talks to you about various things, right? So sometimes Sparky will decide what all to talk about, but it also gives you the choice if you want to decide what you want to talk about. You can select topics, or you can talk about whatever you wanted. There are different types of experiences in it. There are also support features built in. So for example, sometimes people get stuck when they're talking. They don't know, how to construct the sentence, or their mind goes blank and they can't think of the words. So it gives you suggestions also, that if you don't know what to say, here is what you can say. It also offers translation. So if you don't understand some word that Sparky has said, you can long press it and convert it to a language of your choice, which is whatever, Tamil, Bengali, anything. And you can see the translation, right? So it's really helpful. And as you keep talking, Sparky keeps assessing and, understanding where your weak points are, what you're good at, and then adapts to you. So it starts to give you more practice of the places where you are weak. And it also sort of adapts to whoever you are. So we have kids from 5-year-old kids to all the way to 50-year-old adults who are learning on Sparky, and across 35 countries. So it talks to you according to you, right? Like if you want to talk about, some book you have read, or some film you have watched, or you might want to talk about cricket, or you might want to talk about law, whatever your profession might be. Some people want to talk about how should I, present myself in an interview. It adapts to all of that, which is why it works for such a large variety of people. That is Sparky. I think a good way to understand what it is to probably see a demo uh, that will help people imagine.
Sure. So we can watch a demo too.
Okay, cool. So we'll show you an example. This is of a person who's talking about, like, practicing how to do an interview. And you'll see that Sparky asks the question, so the conversation keeps moving forward. Sparky also gives feedback. So if they say something and it's not correct, or there's a better way to say it, Sparky tells you that, here is how, I think you should say it. So let's watch the video.
Hi. What's your dream job, Leo?
My dream job is accounts receivable in healthcare industry.
That's a well-structured response, Leo. You're aiming high. What interests you about accounts receivable in the healthcare industry?
Because accounts receivable main job role is speaking English in American style. Can you speak like a American style in English, you?
Let's correct that, Leo. Try, the main role in accounts receivable is speaking English in an American style. Can you speak English like an American? Ready for a mock interview?
Yes, I am ready.
Great response, Leo. You're ready. Let's start with, why should we hire you for this accounts receivable role?
Because I am a fresher. I studied BSc Biochemistry. This job role is very suitable for me. So you have selected for this job role of accounts receivable.
A small correction, Leo. Try, I'm a fresh graduate with a BSc in biochemistry. This job suits me well, so I believe I should be selected for this accounts receivable role. What's your greatest strength?
So the best part I found in this video is that it gives you the correct version of the sentences. So you find the correct articulation of your sentences. I personally have experienced, like, I'm a YouTuber, and I connect to people on regular basis, and there are many people who are talking to each other. So earlier the issue was different, that we don't have people, we don't have partner, we don't have environment. We found that, like,
Yes.
we can create this online, we can find people now, connect with people, but at the same time, if we are talking to people who are just learning, we are not getting like, nobody is there to correct us, nobody is
Yes.
giving the feedback. So this is
Yes.
what really is captivating and interesting about this application. Like when you make any mistake, that corrects you. And in this way, you can learn English faster, even the correct English. Otherwise, we keep doing the same mistakes and we keep practicing with the incorrect English, which is something
Yes.
that takes a lot of time to achieve the fluency and achieve the desired results. Which I found, like I have been practicing for a long period of time, and I face that
Yeah.
nobody is there to correct me. And at the same time, many people have the expectations from me to give them feedback or correct them. So, and I
Yes.
did learn the English from grammar books, and also I didn't like that idea. I have learned by speaking, listening, or reading books. So this is
Yeah.
commendable that this corrects people, and people can learn English faster and the correct English, which is great. I like that very much. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Out of curiosity, you wanted to add something.
No, I think I was just sort of agreeing with you, right? Ki, learning from books, grammar books especially, right? It doesn't help with fluency. All schools do that, right? And we still have a lot of people who are not fluent. So that is enough data for us to know that that doesn't work. What you have done is completely correct that, use the language. When you use it more and more, automatically, it's a natural process. Automatically, your brain starts to understand grammar structures. A lot of the things you're saying may not, like say if I speak Hindi very well, I don't know what is in adjective in Hindi, or I don't know what is this tense, that tense, but it's just like naturally, learning it. So yeah, that is the ideal way to learn it.
Yes. Out of curiosity, I was just thinking about, like, in future, are you just planning to where people can get the expressions too? Like non-verbal communication is again plays a very imperative role when it comes to
Yeah.
communicating publicly and
Yeah.
effectively. So I just want to know, like, are you thinking about that too in future?
Yeah, so I think that is part of the plan. Currently, what you will see is you will see it by example. So when Sparky is talking, you will see that in different emotions, Sparky's voice changes. So if it is talking about something sad or serious, it talks, in a low tone and more seriously. If it is excited about something, it is the voice is more high pitched and then, sort of starts to jump. So the first thing you can do is observe and, learn. What we do a lot of types of assessment. So we do pronunciation assessment, we do assessment of your vocabulary, we do assessment of your grammar. The next thing, like you're saying, right, is to build. We also do pace, right? So how many words per minute are you speaking, etc. Is it around where it should be? So there's some parts of fluency, but I think what you're saying is intonation. Okay, how should I stress on certain words? How should I give certain words emphasis, or how should I use my body language? I think intonation definitely we will get to, which will sort of identify where you're making awkward pauses, or if you have emphasized the wrong word in the sentence, that we will launch later. Body language, as in using your hands, etc., I don't think we will do because I don't think people are comfortable giving camera access. Right. So, and we also want them to feel not conscious, right? Like there's nothing to feel shy. There's nobody judging you. No, nobody even looking at you, right? So I don't think we are planning that right now in terms of getting camera access and then looking at, body posture and body gestures. Everything else we'll do.
But it's impressive that people get, like, if they are talking about in a particular emotion, they are getting in the words and the sentences in that way, and that Fox also speaks in the same emotion, which is great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I want to know, is it really helpful for people who are feel stuck at the intermediate plateau, which is like when they are putting their efforts in their opinion. Sometimes it also happens in their opinion they are putting efforts, but actually it is nothing, right? But there are some real authentic people who are putting genuine efforts into the practice every single day, but they are not able to see any result in themselves. Like, it's hardly any change in the way of speaking. So does it help to, like, the intermediates?
Yes, I think definitely. My one question before I get into answering would be, what type of practice are these people doing? Would you know how they are practicing or how they're putting in the effort?
Some people I have come across, they say, like, they talk to people every day and then they learn words, but they are not able to use, and they read the books also, but when it comes to speak, they are not able to articulate this much effectively. So these are the things
Got
they have. Yes.
Got it. So I think 2 points in that case, right? One is this definitely helps intermediate people, but I'll explain why, right? I think one thing is when you are learning words or you're like putting in the effort in learning grammar rules, etc., right? That is not the natural way to do it. Natural way to learn language is by using it more and more, right? You might learn like 100 new words today, but then it doesn't, your brain will not be able to think of those words when needed, right? Because it has not created those connections. The brain works very, fantastically. It automatically creates connections between ideas and images and words, and then naturally it brings it up, right? So that's not the right way to do it. And if you're putting in effort in that direction, I would say that it will not give a lot of result. Talking to someone is much better, right? So they're already doing that. And firstly, the thing that Sparky allows is talking to someone and talking for as long as you want and talking about whatever you want, right? I think the second thing is who you're talking to and how much you're talking, right? So if you're talking, like you said, right, if I'm talking to other people who are also learners, who are also not much better than me, then how will I get better, right? We're all stuck in the same place doing more of the same. So Sparky adjusts itself to be at a language at a level that is slightly above your level. So it never gets too complicated for you. That's the way we've designed it. If you're a beginner, it should be slightly simple for you to understand. If you're an intermediate, it will talk at a one level higher. So you're always emulating and you're always learning from someone who's speaking better than you, right? And you're also always unconsciously or subconsciously you're absorbing the correct grammar structure. Like other people you talk to may not speak correct English. I think it's still good, right? Because what it does is it increases confidence. Whoever you talk to, it will increase confidence, right? The more you use it, will do. But when you're talking to someone who's better than you, you're absorbing from them and getting better. And I think that is the biggest power of Sparky. And Sparky also works more on areas that are your weak points, right? So it's not everyone doesn't need the same thing because we have all learned language in different ways, either from books or from watching TV. So, what is your problem area? Sparky will start to focus more on that or give you feedback on those particular things, which is different for you versus some other person, right? So then it moves you faster in the process of progress.
Wow. Again, impressive point. That is too particular and specific about the things you. Okay, you make mistakes and.
I think one more interesting thing about Sparky is that it talks to you about anything, right? Like if whoever you're talking to, they might be a friend or a family or somebody you meet online, you may not be comfortable talking to them about everything, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean they're strangers or you know them and you don't know what to talk about. With Sparky, there is no conscious feeling, right? You don't have to feel shy and you can talk about anything. You can talk about why you're sad today or why you're stressed today or I'm unsure, I have an interview, I don't know how to speak. So I think the content of the conversation being more to your liking enables people to do it more. With people who you're doing it just for practice, sometimes you'll run out of things ki kya baat kare aaj, right? Like what topic should we talk about, right? So that doesn't happen with Spark.
One more thing I have realized here is when we talk to people, they have certain mother tongue influence in their
Yes.
So with continuously talking to them, I have picked a lot of wrong pronunciations. I have experienced it.
Right.
Now,
Right.
whenever I interact with a trainer or somebody who can correct me, they say like you have picked these kind of pronunciation which have mother tongue. Some people say, do you speak Haryanavi? Do you speak like? I said no. I talk to people, many people, random people background, and I guess that is why this is happening to me. And in this application, people will get the right pronunciation, which is again
Yes.
remarkable. And like I should also personally use this in order to enhance my pronunciation. I have issues, to be honest, with pronunciation. So I think this is great for me in that. Yeah. So thank you so much for introducing. And next, I just want to know the pricing, and also people can get to know easily about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very affordable. If you buy a 1 month plan, it's only 250 rupees. And if you buy a longer plan, like there are 3 month plans, there are 6 month plans, it usually comes out to like 3 rupees a day, right? And you can, like, there are different plans. Sometimes we run discounts, so it's also, cheaper. Right now we have discounts. But imagine in like 3 rupees a day, you can talk for as long as you want. You can talk for 10 minutes, you can talk for 2 hours, you can, as you like, right? So it's very, very affordable. And people can just download it from Google Play Store. It's free to download, it's free to use also. You'll get 30-40 minutes of usage for free. So you can try it out. You don't have to buy it outright. Try it out. If you think it is something that will help you and you like it, then you can go and decide to subscribe to it.
I
We'll give
believe,
you a link in your description also, so
yeah,
easy for people to follow.
sure. I'll mention the link in the description box. So anybody who likes to join, who has issues in grammar, in any topic, or has anybody has a fear of judgment, they can just download and try it out for free first, and later you can decide if it helps you. Right.
Yeah.
So yes, any last piece of advice for my audience?
Yeah, I think my only advice to people in general is that there's no need to feel fear, right? It is something you don't know. There are so many things one doesn't know. Like, I don't know how to speak in Spanish, but I don't feel any, embarrassment because of that, or I don't feel any shame because of that. But in India, there is that, there's a status symbol attached to English, and people feel that fear, and which holds them back, right? If you lose that fear, you are going to progress much faster. There's no need to worry about people laughing at you or whatever. You can practice with someone who you like, or someone who's kinder, or practice with something like Sparky. And then as you start getting better, just use the language, right? Just using the language will build your confidence like nothing else, much better than reading books or anything. So I think drop the fear is the most important message, I feel.
Thank you so much. I certainly agree with you, and I hope this will help people a lot, my audience a lot. And yeah, many people ask me many times that suggest any application where we can practice, suggest something where we can. So it is even flexible for according to their time too, right? They don't need to book a session, and they don't need to just wait
Yes.
for. This is
Yeah,
the
so I think it's like you
advantages.
open the app and you open the app and Sparky is there for you, right? Like you're in a bus or a car or whatever, you're on your way to work or college, you have 10 minutes, you can do it. Do it, 5 times a day or do it once a day. It's all your own choice to do. And I think maybe the other thing as a message to add to people is that the benefit this gives, right? And this, there's not only this app, the benefit that English fluency gives in their lives, right? Opportunities that will open up for you, your ability to earn. I was reading some report which said like some 40% higher salary for people across educational qualifications, across different types of jobs, if they speak English better. So find the time, whatever amount of time it is, whenever you can find it. We see a lot of people using our app at like 1 in the night, and we are always surprised ki, how come people are doing this, so late in the night. But people have their own lives. Some people have kids. There are other things. So find your time wherever that is, but it's a very worthy investment of your time.
Yeah, I know people are actually excited and want to learn the language, but because of this time constraints, they feel that they don't get right partner, right environment. So this is the right thing, I guess, that you have come with, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much for coming along, for connecting to me, and for sharing about this Sparky with my audience.
Thank you, Rajni. It was a great conversation. Love speaking to you.
Like,
And I really enjoy talking to people like you because it helps us understand what problems people are facing and how we can make our app even better to solve their problems and fit into their lifestyle and stuff like that.
so
Thank
now
you.
just find this session up right here. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.
All right. Bye, Rajni. See you.